to the match preview for the game at Somerset Park tomorrow against United. Obviously it's a massive game again, seem to have a lot of these massive games recently, but it's one that we should be going into now, that we're in this obviously great run of form that we're on, and we should be looking to just go in, pick up 3 points and leave, and go into another massive game against St Mirren next week, looking to do the exact same, because at the moment, with the way the team's playing and stuff like that, we shouldn't be going into games now thinking that, like, oh well, we could take a draw, you know. For the team to keep up the performance levels and stuff like that, wins need to keep coming. We can't keep coming at a game saying, oh, we should have won just because we created enough chances. We need to put the chances away and start putting teams to bed, showing that we mean business, and if we want to challenge up in the top 4, then that's how it has to be done. You have to go to places like Somerset Park, you have to go to places like Dumbarton, Wraith, anywhere, and prove that you can, like, obviously games like Easter Road when we go back there in February, or Dundee United when we go back there probably in February as well, they're different because obviously they're the bigger teams, and whilst you want to show that you can beat those teams, you can settle for a draw in those games. But games against teams round about you at that moment and lower than you at the moment as well, you have to go there and just prove that you can do the job and leave. Obviously with our past record against Ayr, it sets us up in great stead for the game, and the, like, looking on it as like an outcome before the game, we should be going there and perhaps just winning before we're even like actually set up to play, because we're undefeated in the last 10 times at Somerset Park, whilst they still have one more win in the history of this fixture. They have 22 wins in total, we have 21, I think it's something like 10 draws or something like that. But ever since basically the first season we were in the Scottish League 1, 2013-14, we've been basically undefeated against Ayr. Obviously that includes Scottish Cup games, so we might have been beaten once in the first season we were there. But apart from that, we've got a great record there, and there's no reason why we can't continue that going into this game. As far as the teams go, Ayr are missing they're missing Ross Docherty through suspension, which is great for us because he's one of their key midfielders, and he's a vital part of their team when he's in it. Craig McGuffey is out injured for them, not sure if he's played at all this season, not sure what his kind of situation is. I've never really heard of him that much. Maybe he's been kind of that bit part player that's kind of came in and filled in a position, but he's certainly not one of their key players. And another player that's out is Craig Moore. That's their striker that's out, their main man kind of striker that they're really wanting to come back, but he's still going to be a few weeks. As far as Dunfermline go, we've only got obviously Ben Richards Everton out for the full season, but on top of that we've got David Hopkirk, who has picked up another kind of niggling injury through no fault of his own. Obviously it's just one of those things that kind of keeps happening, especially to him. Whether he needs a time out on loan this coming January, maybe, just to kind of give him the game time that he needs, as opposed to giving him like the odd 15 minutes here and there, where that might aggravate an injury more, who knows. But so that's all the injury news basically, and the players obviously returning to the team. For us it's Rhys McCabe and Lewis Martin, which was expected because it was only little things that were keeping them out. Well, Lewis Martin's a family bereavement, so that's a personal issue. He would have been in the team if that hadn't have happened. Our thoughts, obviously, or my thoughts, go out to Lewis at this time, but Rhys McCabe is back in contention as well after picking up a wee ankle knock in training last week. Obviously will find himself to be unfortunate to have been out of the team, but unfortunate timing for that wee injury to come. But he could also see himself come straight back into the team, because it's the kind of game where you could really see him just like being needed as opposed to Wedderburn. For my team, I've actually kept Wedderburn in the team. I've not changed the team from the Wraith Rovers game. I feel like you shouldn't change a winning formula if it's working. So I've just kept it as Murdoch in goal, Gagan at right back, Fordyce and Ashcroft at centre half, Talbot at left back, Higginbotham at right wing, Wedderburn and Heron in the midfield, McMillan on left wing, and Moffat and Clark up front. So there's no real reason to change anything in this game. Just keep the same players that were so great and confident in the derby match on Monday night. Not just Monday evening. And there should be no reason for any slacking, no reason for any kind of mishaps. We should be firing on all cylinders here and looking to pick up the 3 points that's needed in a game like this, because as I've stated before, Ayr are below us. We have to show that we can go and beat these teams comfortably without any problems, like we did on Monday. There's no point in going and defeating Wraith Rovers away on Monday and then not being able to win it and win this game at Somerset Park, because it would just defeat the purpose. So a win would see us go up to 24 points, 1 point behind Wraith Rovers, providing they lose against Falkirk at home. A win for Ayr United would take them above us, put them in probably 8th place or something. Wait, no, put them into like 7th, put us back down probably like in 8th, something like that. And a draw would see them still be below us in goal difference, I think, and obviously depending on our results it could change. The league's that congested now that anything could happen, so it's kind of up for grabs for any team, because obviously there'll be two teams looking for the win, but as I said, we should be going there with no fear, going into the game in high confidence and getting right behind the team from the very start with a loud, noisy away support, as it always is at Somerset Park. It's one of the great away days that's still left in Scottish football, so hopefully the fans can go and enjoy it and be delighted with the end result. As far as my videos go this weekend, obviously there's this video coming out tonight, Friday night, which it'll happen every week now. My match preview will come out every Friday night, and the match review will come out tomorrow night after I get back from the game. I'll just be filming that when I get back home, so that'll probably be up around 8:30, 9 o'clock. And then the match day vlog will be up on Sunday around like midday, noon. So watch out for that, watch out for all the stuff over the weekend. Follow the Instagram page, which will be linked down below. Follow my Twitter page, and go and like the Facebook page as well. I'll also leave a link to a Dunfermline blog that actually is run by my dad. As you've seen on my Instagram page, I take photos at the games and he uses them on there. Most of my graphics that I do goes on there as well, so if you check that out, that'd be great, and because it's always good to help another Pars fan out. So that's all for this video. Hope you enjoy the game tomorrow, and I'll speak to you after it. So until next time, see you later guys.